It's time for match number 25 in CPL 2020. The St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, it's been a tough season for them, but they're up against the Jamaica Talawas. Let's build our fantasy team then on My 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPN Cricinfo. I'm Rana Kapoor, and joining me soon will be my colleague Gaurav Sundaranam. Right, let's go to our pro tip then. And as I said, the Patriots have had a tough season, just the one win out of 8 in CPL 2020 so far. And our pro tip therefore suggests that we just go with the proven performers from the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots. On the other hand, we should pick the power hitters and the spin twins from the Jamaica Talawas. And I think the way Mujibur Rahman is gone, I think you can't look beyond him, GS, can you?
Yes, Mujib has been outstanding this tournament. I don't know if it's this is because of the pitches or whether batsmen have not played him well or whether Mujib's really upped his game. So it's be very interesting to see how he goes in the IPL. I'm actually very excited to see. He's been amazing to go concede less than 5 runs and over throughout the tournament is not easy, and you know that very well, especially in a T20 format where a couple of fours makes get your economic takes a hit. So outstanding. He's also taken wickets. So top notch by Mujib.
Yeah, and that too, managing to sustain that for such a long part of the season. That's been incredible for Mujibur Rahman. So he will feature heavily in our top picks. Before that, quick reminder that on the My 11 Circle Fantasy app, 100 credits for every user to build their fantasy team, 4 categories of players to choose from: batsmen, bowlers, wicket keepers, and all-rounders. You can pick a maximum of 7 players from one side in any particular contest, and every player's individual credit value is listed right there on the app. Let's move to our selections then, and among our recommendations, our topic is Mujibur Rahman. Like Gaurav said, he's been simply unreal, the numbers that he's managed to churn out this CPL 2020, bowling with the new ball, bowling in the power play, and yet managing an economy rate of 4.25. He's got 13 wickets. He's been the outstanding bowler in the tournament so far. Vice captain's Andre Russell, and even though Russell hasn't quite been the Russell that we know he can be on his day, he has managed the odd strong performance or two. He managed a half century against TKR, and against the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, we're not going to rule out someone as big as Andre Russell for the Jamaica Talawas. Glenn Phillips is regularly featured among our top picks. He has been one of the most reliable batsmen for the Jamaica Talawas, nearly 250 runs this season, averaging over 40, strike rate of nearly 130, which is not bad given the testing conditions for batting that we've seen on occasion in CPL 2020. And 79 runs from Glenn Phillips the last time these two teams met, so you can bank on a man who's in form. Evan Lewis is there as well. He's perhaps one of the few that features regularly for the Patriots, in 202 runs from 8 matches, and whenever the Patriots play, he is pretty much their safest pick. Quick reminder, Mujib as captain, Andre Russell vice captain, Glenn Phillips and Evan Lewis among our top picks. Andre Russell's a curious one. I think on reputation, you keep picking him, JS, in fantasy teams and even giving him things like vice captain and captain to try and boost your points, but we haven't quite seen him maximize, have we?
Yes, and he's not been bowling a lot. I think he's conserving himself for the IPL from what I think could be a potential reason. So Russell's with the bad pitches, I guess, not very conducive to his style. But even having said all that, he's had a couple of really brilliant innings, 50 of 23 balls the other day. And he almost won the game for the Talawas against Guyana the last time they met. So with Russell, you never know that 100 could come suddenly, and you don't want to miss him in your fantasy team.
Absolutely. Let's move to some value picks now. Players you get for decent credit value on the My 11 Circle Fantasy app. And Sandeep Lamichhane is featuring there. He has been a regular feature whenever his side plays. And again, if you look at the numbers, good form, 10 wickets, under 5 and over, and therefore somebody who you should consider to give you very decent credit value, the Nepalese leg spinner. Let's go to Rayad Emrit as well in our value picks. And he's been the most successful bowler for the Patriots, 10 wickets, an economy rate of just over 6, and takes a wicket once every 3 overs. Bowls at the death as well and has plenty of variation. So Rayad Emrit and Sandeep Lamichhane among our value picks. Our full team features Ben Duncan, Glenn Phillips as keeper options, Evan Lewis and Asif Ali, Andre Russell and Carlos Brathwaite. Russell is, of course, our vice captain choice. And you've got Rayad Emrit, Sandeep Lamichhane, John Razjages, Sheldon Cottrell, and Mujibur Rahman, who is our captain choice. Plenty of bowlers in this team. GS, I guess, a sign of just how the Patriots have been.
Yeah, and it's whenever St. Kitts have been playing, it's not that easy to pick your team as well, because you try to maximize as many players you want from the opposition team. So Sen Kids have had a very, very poor season, and they're giving us very few options to pick from. So to be honest, we've tried everything apart from Evan Lewis, who's a constant. We've kind of tried every other bowler. So yeah, let's give it another shot and see if maybe Emirates can take a fifer.
Yeah, well, let's hope so. We're trying to maximize at least our fantasy points from the Patriots, even though it's been a disappointing season on the field for them. Gaurav, thank you very much. More from you as CPL 2020 approaches its business end now. And make sure you look at the final 11s and only then confirm your fantasy side. We'll be back with plenty more tips, data, analysis for you to help you build your fantasy teams on My 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPN Cricinfo.